Facebook.
Yes, it does.
I got proof, probably got it on my phone, and I didn't take that picture. Oh,
Okay, it is now 5 o'clock.
Hot mic.
It is now 5 o'clock. We will start our meeting of our BZA meeting. We will start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
oh. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You doing prayer.
Well, let's pray. Dear Lord, thank you for letting us be here tonight. Take the opportunity to serve the citizens of this great city and the visitors that come through it. Bless all the men and women that serve this great country, law enforcement, military. Lead us home in a safe manner today and be with us, keep us safe and healthy and our families. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Will our attorney be attending tonight?
Yes, by Zoom.
Okay.
We have Will Hager that is on Zoom, got caught in traffic. But Michael Haywood is working to get Ori connected.
She's up
Okay.
there, and she on the right. Ori on the
I'm
right.
here.
Yeah.
You're here?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
there
thought
she is.
There she is. Yeah.
Great. Okay, we'll start with our roll call. Lisa Cole,
Here.
John Hunter,
Here.
Billy Ring is no longer on our committee, and Terry Brewer,
Here.
Jacqueline Johnson. Okay, our minutes were mailed to us, and does anyone have any corrections or anything they want to say about the minutes before we vote on them? Well, then I will entertain a motion for the minutes to be approved as mailed.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as mailed.
Okay, it's been, motion has been made. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, motion has been made and second that our minutes that were mailed to us will be approved as mailed. Any nays? Ayes? Well, we're gonna vote on it. Ayes?
Yes.
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 Nays? Motion passed. Okay. The next thing on our agenda would be, we're going to save any comments till the end of the presentation of the variance, correct?
Because we do have a public hearing.
Yes, we're gonna, yes, we do. Is there any unfinished business from prior meetings?
None at this
No.
time.
Okay. Special reports from the city departments or committees, if applicable, and our city manager is on vacation, so I'm assuming we have no reports.
No reports from the planning or city administrator.
We will move on to our new business where Chris will take that part over, please.
Pardon my voice, I'm gonna try to. Public hearing, variance request, applicant DTM Enterprises LLC is requesting a front side yard setback variance reduction from 20 feet to 10 feet. The property is located at 222 Apple Tree Street. The property is further identified as tax map 133J, Group F, parcel 001.00, and legally recorded at Murray County Register of Deeds in book R3042, page 429. The purpose of this request will be to construct 4 townhomes. And the applicant and his engineer are present in the audience. Will, have we got Will online?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
We can.
Okay. As Chris stated, applicant's asking for an input variance, from the front setback, and this is a corner lot. The need for the variance, seems to be tied to their desire to build some townhouses on the lot. Recently, the, previous building was, demoed to make room for redevelopment. I believe it was a single family house prior to this. And it looks like other structures along the same streets are enjoying similar setbacks. So I don't know, it's up to your discretion in a way, but you could view it as complementary to some of the other structures in the area. But setbacks or variances from setbacks are typically granted when there's some kind of hardship. So it's unclear based on the application what the hardship would be outside the fact that they want to accommodate an additional unit on the property. Having said all that, if you find that a variance is appropriate in this situation, you may want to also consider a condition of that approval being that the driveways or access to these units would be provided from the rear of the townhouse units. As shown or as conceptualized, each unit has its own driveway. That provides a lot of conflicts along the street, but in the zoning ordinance and in application in many areas, the driveway would be to the rear of the townhouse. That would provide a cleaner streetscape, more attractive, and even safer. So that's a possible condition. We just kind of wanted to get in front of you for your consideration. But if you have any other questions about the request or how that might apply to zoning, feel free to let me know. We've also included just your thoughts for consideration as part of the staff report. So if you have any questions about those, feel free to ask.
Hey, anybody have any comment?
I'm just having trouble conceptualizing how the rear loaded driveway would work. I mean, I think I'm for it, but I don't see that there's room to do it that way.
Could we have the engineer if he's present?
Are you saying that
Well,
saying
they're
that this
coming
is rear? and
Uh-huh.
We're on the way up. We actually did a quick fit test to see if that was practical, and it appeared from, just our sketching that if the front loaded driveways went away and the units were shifted up to that front setback along Apple Tree, that there would be room for some sort of rear loaded driveway. Might be tight, and there might be something there that we're not aware of that would prohibit it, but it might be something worth considering as part of your action plan.
Thank you, Will.
Okay. Thank you, Will. This is Chet Rhodes here with Rhodes Engineering. I've talked to you before, also commissioners or board members. I appreciate the chance to address you. My client's Derek Mayberry. He's right here, so if you have any questions for the owner, you can address him. But as the engineer, I want you to know this is our, I guess we had 3 or 4 concepts before this. Some of them had half the units facing East Cooper and some on Apple Tree. They asked for the hardship issue. The hardship issue is the fact that the lot shows that there was a, in essence, that house that's there is only 10 foot from Cooper. So we're not making the non-conformance to the 20-foot setback worse by what we're doing. We're staying with what was there. So that's why we felt it was in keeping with the neighborhood, and he kind of alluded to that in his opening comments. The hardship is the fact that if we do an alley in the back, our layout with the front end garages, these are like the ones on Walnut and Locust that we did previously. And those are nice looking buildings. I don't know if you've seen those, but Mayberry's developed in Mount Pleasant previously and always complying. And there's an issue with width of the buildings. I mean, we had trying to meet the setbacks, narrower buildings, but you have to have 22-foot width on each unit to be able to serve that, and you could speak to that 22-foot issue, but 22 foot wide is what the issue was. And if we go smaller than that, we could get it in there, but we basically changed our design to the layout you're currently seeing at the request. We went and met with the city staff. They said, why don't you try this? This way, this is what we like, and that's what you see before us. So we kind of took their advice and laid it out like this. Of course, they said you have to get the variance from you guys because, you know, we would need to change the setback to accomplish this. So we appreciate the staff's help. We've informed with that. The meeting of the 9th will more address the back layout issue, alley. We have problems with that, so I want Will to know that ahead of time, but we're addressing that, Will, and also the stormwater and plan we're submitting for the meeting on the 14th for if we get approval here. So we have some comments from them. The alley comment that we received from them didn't really deal with this meeting today. It deals with the site layout and how we approach the building. So we're discussing it now because he brought it up, but it's not really a point of concern for our request today. Is for the variance to be 10 foot on the side there by East Cooper.
I think any
Correct?
revitalization, this down there would be a good thing.
Oh,
It
yeah.
would be nice, but I'm concerned about 10 foot, the driveways going in the front.
Mhm.
That's,
Well, we like the driveways in the front. Most people prefer that because then you have the garage and you have room to park a car and be out of the way. So, I mean, y'all seen the layout, right? Have you seen I don't know if this is the same as what you're looking at, but this is as of right now what we're planning on
This is
submitting.
bigger.
So I wanted you to see that. I think it's the same basically as what you have. So,
But bigger.
but it's not
Yeah, but bigger.
mhm.
a little bigger. So y'all can pass that around there. That's fine.
Have you considered doing 3 units instead of 4? Because that's
We
a
have
tight
considered that
lot.
several times, but we wanted you to consider our request here before we do that. That's what we're gonna do if we're denied, but, you know, there's a good reason to have 4. And it looks like it fits and works well. It doesn't make the nonconformance worse than it is. So we felt like since we had addressed all the other staff comments before we did the layout, we wanted your feedback on
Okay.
this. And so we are still requesting 4 units.
East Cooper's going this way, so the housing will be facing East Cooper. The back of the houses would be
No,
on.
No,
face-
that was
facing
the
Apple Tree.
Apple.
The front of the house are facing Apple Tree.
Apple
now.
Tree.
Okay, I got it
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah, they're gonna be facing Apple Tree.
Mhm.
Oh,
And the
We
driveway,
changed it. We did have a layout facing
We'll be
that
coming in
way
the
at one point that you might have seen, but now they're not. The staff asked us to rotate it back and do it this way. We had no problem doing that, and we do need the variance though, because the 22-foot requirement on each building for have a permittable building later.
and there was already a house on there.
yeah, it was a
Yeah,
house. It was a big
building.
house.
Yeah,
But it fit
yeah.
within the
Just like
lot.
that.
And then there's another house on Apple Tree that would be pretty close to that house.
Well, there's nice setbacks from both property lines. It's equally spaced, centered. It's just a clean, nice layout the way we have it, and all other issues addressed except the variance. And we centered it to not have it closer to the one side, because we want it to be equidistant on both sides. And we're still, with the equidistant layout, we're not exceeding beyond what the existing structure was as
The
far as
only
closeness to.
The only question I had about it was, that future concerns that may arise with the East Cooper Street having only a 30 foot of right of way for future improvements to be made or sidewalks constructed. I just had a question about that. Is that gonna be an issue?
Guess I'm assuming this is already zoned R3. Is that listed here somewhere?
It is zoned R3.
Okay.
It is, it's listed
I must have missed it somewhere then.
I did too.
on the, where the application.
Yeah, 3 is.
Yeah.
um,
I'll make a motion that we approve the 10-foot variance with the condition.
Before we take a
We
vote,
gotta have the
With
public
what
hearing.
we
condition?
gotta have a public hearing.
Oh, well, yeah, okay, public hearing.
Y'all have your work.
Oh, there it says R3 at the top.
And like Will alluded to at the beginning, or stated, I guess, that, you're, you've got your reasons set forth in your zoning ordinance of why or when you grant a variance.
Mhm.
And those are on your worksheets.
Yeah,
So
we got it.
that might help with your discussion as you go through those before you make a motion and decide.
Okay.
Because I also have a question about, let's see, we'll get to that. Okay,
Public hearing.
public hearing. It's okay to go on with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Jeff Webster. You want to come forth, state your name? Well, I just did.
Name and address.
Name and address.
Jeff Webster, I have the property beside where you guys are looking to build, and just got the information in regards to what's going to be put there. I guess I have some questions in regards to, is this the place to ask questions?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. So one question is the height of the buildings that you are building. What is the height of the buildings?
2 stories.
Okay.
Less than 35.
And with 4 of these townhouses being built, how close will they be to my property, which is next door?
Which street are you on?
My house is
It's
right
an
beside
apple
this
tree.
property.
Apple tree.
But you're fronting Apple Tree?
Yes.
They'll be 5 feet off your property line.
Yeah.
Well, no, the building won't be,
That's what it shows.
Mm-hmm.
well, that's the patio, concrete.
It shows.
porch. The building is now.
What's this 5 feet then listed here?
Well,
in
That's what
PSL?
concerns me.
Maybe
It's
I'm
not
looking
feet.
at, I was thinking he's here. He's here? then?
He's
on
on,
Apple.
he
He's on
fronts
Apple Tree
Apple Tree.
Street.
Oh, he's right.
5 foot.
That's pretty close.
So basically this is right in my yard. 5 feet, whatever you're building is 5 feet from mine.
That one's already allowable. They're not even asking for
Yeah.
that. They could build within 5 feet of your yard.
Okay.
So they're asking.
I don't agree with it, so.
But that's, I understand, but that's what the code says. They can do that legally. It's the other side that they're asking for.
Towards-
Towards
East
Cooper.
Cooper towards the other side.
Okay.
That side's already set. They can do that.
And parking spaces, as far as parking spaces will be provided for each of the,
Garages.
okay? And there's going to be 4. So another concern for me is having house, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 lined up like they're not fitting within the neighborhood from a cosmetic standpoint. Concern for me. Would there be any restrictions in regards to the maintenance of the properties? Is that in the,
That's
The planning
the
commission?
planning.
I mean, it's,
It'll go
And
before
I just want to jump in for a second. Y'all are
Yeah.
Yes, please.
free to answer any questions and have the applicant answer questions as well. But as Mr. Hunter said, the only thing that there is coming before y'all today, the only thing that y'all can bind, I guess, is this variance request, which is the one setback. I think they're calling it the front setback. These other things are not being considered today. So even if they are.
so
true
when
today,
is that to be considered?
July 14th. That'll
So
be the
every-
planning commission meeting.
Some of these things,
Some
some
of
of
these-
them are not, part of this board. I just want to make sure that it's clear today that they're only asking for the one thing, and that's what this board is considering. And so I don't want you to get upset if like they give you an answer today that's correct, but then something changes on the 14th or whatever.
Okay. And would the homeowners who's currently there be able to get a copy of the layout for this?
absolutely.
Absolutely. Actually, it'll be
When?
posted online. I'll be glad to share that with you.
Okay,
And you'll get a chance to speak again if you would like to
On the 14th.
on the 14th.
okay.
If they have
Well,
everything together by then and get it.
And
get
lighting
it
and all
on
of
there.
that is also a
About-
part.
Provided this
Right. Well, I mean,
moves
that may
forward.
be a different plan on the 14th,
Could be.
but they could still have a plan on the 14th if they want to speak on it.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, Ms. Snipes?
Well, I got this letter in the mail, and I was wondering, I'm east of Apple Tree Street. See, I'm on 217 Carpenter, but the back part is east of Apple Tree Street. Y'all send me this letter?
Did.
And it's on east. I'm on East Apple Tree.
I took the addresses off of the property viewer,
Mhm.
and that's how the letters, addresses were generated.
Anybody within so many feet
Yeah,
of,
200
of this has to get a letter, whether you're next to it or not. If you're within 200 feet of this development, you get to know about it.
Oh, okay. Well, I just want to know, cause, I think that I'm like 200, from the back. I'm facing this away to the front, and my back goes back, but this away is Apple Tree Street.
Right, when I measured, it went all the way over to Carpenter. And within the zoning ordinance, I have to send letters within 200 feet of the property, of each corner or property line. So it took in some properties on a different street, but I had to do that to stay in conformance.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Any other discussions?
Yeah, I got a question for Will and Corey that you brought up is about, saving the right of way on that street for if we need it for sidewalks or something later. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, we included that as a note in our staff report, just to try to give some context. The right of way appears to be around 30 feet, which is small. But at the same time, I don't know that we have any current plans to widen or improve through the streets at the moment. 50 feet is typical, but often that's more than you need. So we just wanted to include that as something to consider if you're going to look at a front setback variance that allows people to build closer to the road. You may want to consider at times, what's going to be the cost of improving that street in the future, and is it likely that a building might, be impacted by that right of way purchase, or does that change anything for the neighborhood? As we also mentioned, it looks like there are other structures that are, enjoying an approximate front setback to what they're asking for. I don't know that it's the biggest issue, but we just wanted to highlight it for you so that you could have something to consider.
I guess what I was more thinking about is as we go forward, 5, 10, 15 years from now, as other houses are torn down and we build more of these in different areas, what might happen?
Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of the long-term goal. Zoning ordinance, providing consistent development over a long frame of time. But there's also practical applications of it too. And that's really kind of the hard question for this board and other boards to consider. Like, are we going to stick to a long-term vision as the zoning calls for? Or is there a good reason to deviate from that and grant a variance for this property or others?
Yes.
Discussion. That roads again, Will, I just wanted to point out that we have no intention of making that a front setback. It's a side setback, the way we have our layout. The front setback is 20 feet along Appleby, and we have the building setback more than 30. So there is no frontage issue. We're staying way back at the front of these buildings. This is going to be a 10-foot side, and if you want to make that a condition of approval here, so that we don't flip it on you or something in the future, I don't have a problem with that. We don't have a problem with that. So it's a side setback. There's no frontage on this particular layout.
That's semantics. A lot.
It is,
two roads. So,
but you could, if you make that a condition of approval, then you can't flip it and have a front that close. And I think that's your biggest concern. Our fronts are 30 feet away, and I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, I appreciate that, but really it's more about the building location and how close it is to the right of way.
Sure.
Not whether it's a front door or a side window or anything, just where the improved building is and what that might mean for public improvements in the
I have a question about, okay, these townhouses will be facing Apple Tree Street. On the other side, which will be the back of these townhouses, is another house. It's no, it's a house.
There's a house. Yeah.
Yes, it's a house.
It is, but it's a lot in between the house.
There's another
No,
whole
it's
lot
like
in
a-
between them. It
Well-
almost can't be.
It's not, because I
I mean, I drove by
drove
it
down. I
twice
did
today.
too. It's not.
Yeah.
It's the woman's yard,
Right.
and I
If
just
it is,
think
it's a 10-foot wide lot.
because she has dogs
Oh, okay.
down there.
That's not, I thought that was somebody else.
No, that's theirs. That's theirs.
Yeah, that's-
The lighting, to me, with a 2-story house, I'm sitting back here, and you're gonna build something 2 stories. It's gonna block my natural light.
I think it's the problem. They're going to build 4 of them. I mean, somebody could build one house there that's 35 feet anyway.
Yeah,
and we
but
couldn't
it's
stop
the
them.
4.
Right.
It's gonna definitely block lighting.
We're just on the variance.
And we're just on very.
We're just on
We're
the
not
variant.
on-
But that's one of the things.
That's one of the things
that's one
we
of the things
asked.
down there.
B. It's impair adequate supply of natural light. Oh,
But the truth is, they could build 3 of them there and not even have to ask for a variance.
Yeah.
So,
and
right.
3 to me would be more feasible.
We,
All right, what are we going to do?
we can work
Go
through the worksheet.
worksheet.
Okay.
Finding fact.
All right, we're going to go through our finding facts for zoning variance. A, the granting of this variance will or will not be detrimental to public welfare, injurious to other properties, or improvements in the area in which the property is located, or a substantial impairment to the intent and purpose of the zoning district where the property is located, or generally provisions of the ordinance.
It will not.
Yeah. I mean, the variance that they're asking for will not, I
Yeah.
don't think.
No.
I mean, that's,
Okay. B, the proposed variance will or will not impair an adequate supply of natural light and air to adjacent properties, substantially increasing congestion in the public streets, increase danger of fire, endanger the public safety, or impact property values within the neighborhood.
I think it will not, because they could build a huge house.
they could, but it
Yeah.
is going to increase congestion because you're going to have 4 times as many cars as you'll have
Yeah.
in one house.
And I
so-
think it's gonna,
Three
it's
3
gonna
times,
affect the natural light.
4 times.
Just being down there and seeing it.
That's where we go back with just the variance.
That's
Mhm.
right.
Yeah, that's,
Mhm.
all we're doing is approving
Yeah,
it.
but-
C, the alleged difficulty or hardship has or has not been knowingly or intentionally created by any person having an interest in the property. That has not. The purpose, the proposed variance is,
Well, I mean, he didn't have to ask. He's making the request for this variance. So, I mean, it is the property owner is creating this by asking for that.
But he's not creating a hardship.
So that's referencing to, if you look at section E on your worksheet,
Uh-huh.
when it talks about like the reasons that you're supposed to consider
Oh, okay,
a variance, those are the hardships, like
okay,
exceptional narrowness, shallowness, or shape of a particular property at the time.
okay, so it,
You know,
yeah,
topographical conditions, other exceptional conditions of that property. That, those are the hardships that you're talking about when you get down to these findings.
Okay,
So I'm not really sure what y'all have decided the hardship is.
Yeah, I think they have created the hardship by trying to put 4 units on this lot. Would be my thought on that, but
but what we're doing is approving the variance. We're not,
they've created the need for the variance
by putting
by
forward.
putting 4.
but this lot, someone could also build right back, just like it was.
with 1 unit.
Mhm.
Yes.
And it was a fairly large house. It was 1 story, but it was a fairly large house.
Well, they lost their compliance one after they tore it down. You
Right,
lose that
I
after 6
get
months.
it.
So
I
they'd-
get that, but
they'd
we've
have to meet the
approved
setbacks, right, yeah.
others, is my thing.
You know, I really think it would improve the neighborhood. It's just, to me, it's the number. Okay. D, the proposed variance is or is not consistent with the spirit or intent of the ordinance and the adopted land use and transportation plan.
It is.
Y'all agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, most of these were answered. Okay, I'll move, ask, will there be a motion on this order of variance?
I'll make a motion that we approve the variance with the condition that the driveways are in the back.
Back.
Mhm.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor? Nays? Okay, it is, been properly, motioned and second that the variance is approved with the exception of the driveways being in the back.
It's not possible. We built these things on local street, we built them on Walnut. Walnut is a very small street, we built it on. They don't have a problem getting on the street. This is way more room, way, the aesthetics is way better, and it's bringing everybody's property value up, putting these units there. That's making it
Okay.
nicer.
Walnut Street, if I am not mistaken, Walnut Street is down this way.
Or,
It's a 1-way street
Yeah.
also.
oh, right, yeah,
Right, well, it's turned into a 1-way. I agree.
Yeah.
And we've already taken a vote.
I thought you all were okay with that.
No, we're not okay with putting them on the back, that's why I was saying.
Well, I thought Mr. Rose said that could be,
That's not a possibility, because it's somebody else's lot in between where the dogs are at. Like I'm pulling it up on my maps, right? That's somebody else's land. There's no way to put the driveways in the back to where you can get back there.
It's not, you can't say no way. We can change our layout to
I
accommodate
can't
that,
change
but
the layouts.
I think we've already voted.
So, and that's just with the variance. So what if I do 3 and put the driveways on the front?
Have to come back
You
again.
have to come back.
It might not require variance.
yeah, a variance.
That's correct. So you can build 3 and don't need a variance. This variance has been shot down, or not shot down, been approved with that, we're approved with that condition.
and I
Right.
think it may be achievable. We have real concerns about that we're gonna be dealing with at the 14th meeting, just with the comments we already got from Will's group. And tell them why we had concern. But we didn't really share all our concerns with you about the rear entry because we were just dealing with this setback issue here. So we do have serious concerns about it. It doesn't mean it can't be done, but there are problems with it that we'll have to address. We'll just say that. We can attempt to do that.
Or maybe you could just build
But
through
thank
Or
it.
maybe you just build through.
Thanks for the hearing and the request being heard, and we appreciate the approval on that, but there are some. I just wish we could have expressed those to you before. Yeah, they can see that, okay.
I know, Rick, I've done that. Thank you.
Thank you all for attending. I make a motion, I will attain a motion for the meeting to be adjourned.
I'll make a motion with adjourn.
It's been properly motioned. Is there a second?
I'll say.
Okay, it's been properly motioned and second that our meeting be adjourned. We are adjourned.